welcome to my Nourishing Moves floor flow. So this is a little series of exercises I've created which you can use as a morning routine or as a warm-up ready for your training session. It looks to coordinate the body, wake all the nerves up, oil the joints, build a little strength and flexibility as well. So really nourishing the body through movement. I'm just going to run through it and copy along. So I'm going to start with 10 dragons running through the forest, in my case a bit more desert, but it's a Qigong movement to wake up all the nerves around the head, which of course then spiral down through the body. So we start with the fingers, just running through the hair or the head, as though they're the 10 dragons. And you'll start to feel instantly that nice effect as it wakes the brain up. And then we go into the tapping, so we're just working on the acupressure points around the face. So we're starting just around the temple, and you're just using the tips of your fingers, nice and light. Nice tapping rhythm. And then around the eyebrows, waking up the nerves around the face. And then down the cheekbone, to the chin. Into the cheekbone just below the eyes. And the temples, and around the nose. Then into the face wash to further wake up all the nerves around the face. Okay, and then it's into the kidney brushing. So in Chinese medicine, the area around by the kidneys, it's an area where the energy, your internal energy, comes from. So it's waking it up to help wake the body up. So I'll turn the hands to fists, and I'm brushing up and down by this kidney area. Okay, right, next move is the ankle circle. So I'm taking the legs out straight, got my hands behind me for support, and just circling through the ankles to oil those joints up. And I'm just trying to make as big circles as I can, stretching through to the toes. So you'll feel that stretch in your feet. And changing direction. Okay, so the next one I call an ape sit. So you've got one foot on the floor, knee pointing up, the other leg down on the ground. Same hand as foot which is on the floor is forward, and you're trying to sit up nice and straight. And then you just change from one side to the other. And you'll feel a good stretch up on the inside of your thigh. It's working the coordination through your body. But also if you keep lifting up through the chest, you'll notice the midsection's doing some work as well. And then we progress that onto the lunge. So you're lifting up as if you're about to stand. So this is a good training drill to help you with standing correctly. Okay. And then we run through the spine twist. So you've got your legs crossed. If you find it hard to cross the legs, you can just take the legs out in front of you, or you could put the soles of your feet together in this sort of diamond shape. That can be easier, or sit on a block. There's always a way around it. We're here with the spine twist, we're just wringing the spine out. Using your hand, the opposite hand to knee, to assist you around a bit further. And you want to breathe out as you twist, breathe in as you come to center, breathe out, twist. Okay, and then we're circling through the back. So both hands go on the knees now, rolling forwards. So it's like a nice massage for your lower back, releasing any tension there, oiling that up, oiling the spine up. And here it's nice to breathe out as you roll round, breathe in as you inflate to sitting, breathe out as you roll in the other direction, breathe into sitting. And a more challenging one for me is the shoulder eight. So you've got one hand over your shoulder, the other up your back. So this is opening through the chest. I'm definitely not the best person to demonstrate this. If there's ever a move that I find challenging, it's this. One I should be working on a bit more. But try not to fall into the trap of, because most people find this difficult, of dropping the head down. Because you want to do that because it makes it easier. But keep looking up, keep sitting straight, and then you'll get the better stretch through the shoulders and the chest. So we're moving into the alternate toe touch. So you've got one leg straight, the other tucked in. Just forward bend into the stretch and then change. So the idea is as soon as you felt the stretch, you change. So you're working again on your coordination, of course. Also, the middle's working because you're not using your hands to help you. So it's these muscles working to help switch, building flexibility through the hips and through the back of your legs. And as often I'll say, breathe out as you move into the stretch. And whenever I do forward bends, I'm not thinking of just rounding through the spine, crumpling down. Always try to create space and length through the spine as you reach forwards. So you're reaching up and over. And that's why I'd often say, look at your big toe. Because it'll help you to go forward rather than trying to get your head down to your knee. Okay, that's the alternate toe touch. So now into the hip circles. So I'm going to lay on my back, pull the left knee into my chest, relax the head down, both hands on the shin to create circles through the hip. So you're trying to relax the leg and use your arms to pull the knee in towards you. And of course you want to work the other side as well. You can go both ways, of course, on the same leg. I tend to just go one way because it oils the hip up enough like that. So, but if you feel you need more work on your hips, then of course go both ways, both directions. So after those hip circles, I'm going to move into the shoulder bridge, the spine curl version. So I've got the heels or the feet underneath the knees, hands by the side. And I'm just lengthening through the lower back, wheeling up through the spine into the bridge and carefully back down. So because I use this exercise routine, which I'm showing you to wake the body up in the mornings or to prep you for your training session, I put this exercise in because it wakes up the backside, the glute muscles, which is really important before you start training, helps to your core to work better. Well, your glutes are part of your core. So it's a really important move to prep you for training. And a nice little tip here is, with this spine curl, is push the knees away from you. So again, you create more length through your spine as you're doing this. And then try and drive the hips up nice and high, opening through here. Okay, after that spine curl, I take the arms out to the side with the palms facing up for balance, weight even between the two shoulders, legs up to tabletop, and they go to the side, and then I straighten the top leg. Move the legs to the side, straighten the top leg. I'm not trying to touch the floor. I'm trying to keep my weight even between the two shoulder blades and feel the stretch through the waist and in the straight leg. You'll feel the stretch around the outside, maybe in the back of your leg. So just move nice and steady into it, breathing out as you move into the stretch. Breathe into center, breathing out into the stretch. Okay, so I'm going to do a similar thing, but the other way round for the scorpion kick. So this time it's face down, arms out to the side. The left leg, like a scorpion's tail, hooks up and over, and then change. So here you want to keep your hands and shoulders on the floor as best you can, because it'd be easy just to cheat and just to roll. That's not the idea. You're trying to hook the foot up to the opposite shoulder. And then sit back for a little child's pose stretch. So you can drop your bottom onto your heels, chest on the thighs, forehead down to the mat. Okay, and then we move into the box position. So you've got your knees below your hips, hands below shoulders. I tend to call this thread the needle. So you thread your hand through, breathe in as you open and twist through your spine. Thread the needle comes from my sort of Pilates background. I trained a rugby coach once, and he would call this a lawnmower, as though you're grabbing the cord on a lawnmower to start it. That would be a bit too vigorous in my mind, so I'm just thinking of moving nice and steady, a bit more accurately, as if threading the cotton through the needle. Breathe in as you open, twist, breathe out, thread through. And then you'll do the same on the other side, of course. Okay, and into cat-cow. So on the inhalation, the tailbone lifts, the chest and chin lifts. As you let go of the breath, you can create that nice round shape through your spine. Breathing in to lengthen and expand, breathe out as you close. This is a lovely way to massage the spine. And again here, rather than just thinking of rounding it too much, always think length through the spine. So when you do the tailbone under, open through and create length through your lower back, it's always going to be more healthy for the spine. Helping to decompress. Okay, and into bird dog. So bird dog for the coordination. Your leg and opposite arm lengthen and then lift and draw back into center. So to make this movement work for you, try to keep your spine as still as you can. So don't arch the spine. Keep your hip-rib connection. But also just be aware of your foot and your hand being in line with the hip and shoulder. So you're staying within your alignment. It will often drift out to the side and you won't feel that working so much. You want to feel this through your middle, through your waist and your core. And of course, as I always say, you can't have core strength without coordination, which is why we're working opposites. And then we continue that idea with the coordination with the little bear walks. So you're tucking the toes under, walking forwards for your 3 steps, walk backwards for the 3 steps. I'm a huge fan of the crawling exercises. They do so much for coordination and strength. Just like babies would start their lives by crawling around before they walk, it's a perfect way to prime your body to move better. Okay, and after those bear crawls, we sit back into child's pose, ready for the cobra flow. So I'm taking the hands forwards. As I need to breathe in, scoop through, breathing in to come up, and then breathe out, sit back. Taking that deep inhalation. As I scoop, breathe out, sitting back. Okay, and the last stretch is what I call the baby dog stretch. So it's a great one to stretch under your arms and the shoulders, loosen up the spine as well. So I'm taking the hands forward, spreading the fingers out, push the bottom up in the air as the chest goes down to the mat and hands keep sliding, stretching forwards. So I'm thinking forehead to mat. Every time I exhale, move further into the stretch. Breathe in, reach out a bit more. Breathe out, sink into the stretch. So maybe holding for 5 to 7 breaths. Okay, so that's my Nourishing Moves floor flow. Great to wake yourself up in the morning as a daily health practice, or you might want to use it as a warm-up before your training session. So give it a go, follow along, and you'll notice some benefit from it. It's a really nice routine. Thanks for watching.